is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Oh, look who we have.
It's a beautiful day. Got our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We're going to take it by storm.
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But holy, I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 143. Nasdaq is up 20. Nasdaq is up 73. S&Ps are up 23. Percentage-wise, what we have out here, folks, is that you have the Dow up 0.5%, S&Ps up 0.7%, and the Nasdaq up almost 1 full percent, 0.9%. Gold contract trading. Where is she? What just happened here? Gold contract is trading down 1380, 1348 in the gold contract. Silver is going to get interesting here coming into the close. We got silver at 1738. I'd like to see that baby get into the 1745. Oil, light sweet oil, up 60 cents, trading $66.11. The notes, the 10-year note, down 11 ticks, 122.02. 30-year bond down 22, 148.23. King dollar down 282 ticks, 88.945. The euro is trading at 124.25 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is out here at 108.75 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. I want to know what's going on in your world. Let's go to the world of the NASDAQ futures. I want to show you something here. NQH8. So if we take a look at the NASDAQ futures, right now they are at 7,005. They're at a high. And what I'm going to show you here, this is what's pretty wild, is that these futures had a little tiny blip at basically 2 o'clock. And I mean a small blip. And that small blip had to do with Wynn Resorts, right? I'm going to go through Wynn in a second. But the key to wrap your head around here is that these things were so strong that they shook off Wynn intraday, going deep by $20. Wynn right now is down 11%. So picture this for a second. Wynn goes down 11%, which is a decent weighting inside the Index 100. I'm not sure what else took off topside at the same time, but guess what? Something did. Bottom line, inside the Index 100, what do you have? You have Intel up 9.5%, Maximum Integrated is up 6%, JD.com is up 6%, and you have Gilead up 5%. Taken away from it is Wynn. That's the leader on the way down. All day long, it was Starbucks. Starbucks is down 4.6%. Regeneron is down 4.5%. And you got Hasbro down 4%. If we go over to Wynn, what you're going to see in Wynn here is that this equity intraday went from a price point of $201. Right now, you're trading at $178. Monster volume, monster everything. And what this is all about, the Wall Street Journal came out at approximately 2:30, and let's see, where is this? Okay, so Wall Street Journal comes out And let's see what this is the allegation. The allegation is that Wynn paid $7.5 million to settle claims brought by a former manicurist at his resort, who said that the executive pressured her to have sex with him. Let's see. Wynn pressured massage therapists to perform sex acts for $1,000 tips, and others at the spa created fictitious appointments to avoid contact with him. Now, that's the allegation. And then Wynn came back. He's in a nasty divorce too, folks. So Wynn came back in an emailed response to the Wall Street Journal, and his quote is, "The idea that I ever assaulted any woman is preposterous." And then his quote is, "This is continued work by my ex-wife, Elaine Wynn, with whom I am involved in a terrible and nasty lawsuit in which she is seeking a revised divorce settlement." Bottom line is that he's got troubles in paradise, man. This is coming off the high with volume. More so, what I wanted to show you on that story was that with Wynn going down 11% intraday, the Nasdaq still wouldn't pull back. That's the point. Pretty amazing. Let's go to Jeff in West Palm Beach. Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, looking at the Russell, and one more thing. Can we all throw in like a couple of bucks and maybe get you a new laptop so we can all see your screen? I'm not.
Yes. When I do, you can't see my screen right now?
No, I'm not seeing. I'm only seeing like half of it. I'm seeing like maybe it's my end because I don't know. Who knows? But I'm not seeing.
No, what does happen when I'm doing it out of this studio? What does happen? There's something. We do this out of the Tigers Den. I'll get it fixed. I'll get it fixed.
We'll throw you, Tom. We'll throw you a couple bucks. How about everybody throws in a few bucks? We'll get you a new laptop.
It's not a money deal, man. It's not a money deal. It's a technology deal.
I'm just kidding you, man. I'm just kidding you. Hey, the Russell. This is like fun. This is 300 up, 300 down all day long, huh?
It's, the Russell's weak. I mean, when the rest of these indices, man, don't want to move, meaning down, and the Russell, bottom line is that, this baby, has movement, but each and every day, it seems that you just get pulled back a little.
I look at it as like weakness climbing kind of high, and I keep shorting it, and then covering. I'm just a onesies and twosies, so.
Yeah, no, listen, I've been trading it every day. I've been doing the same thing. I mean, I'm not laying overnight on it at all. But it seems like it's a gift when it opens up.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, when I wake up in the morning, I hope it's not down $50.
I'm going into the weekend. I'm thinking I'm going to throw everything at like 1625 as a stop, Tom, which is just two or three.
Yeah, you don't even have to give it that much, though.
Big takedown next week. What do you think?
I mean, you just don't know what day it's going to go, man. Right?
Okay,
you got to be in it to win it. That's the bottom line. Cooking, brother.
Thank you, Tom.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. Coming right back. We'll get the Dow up 159, Nasdaq's up 75, S&P's up 26. Come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So we have the Dow Industrials trading up $1.60 right now. You get the Nasdaq up 75. S&Ps are up 25. And as you come over to our website at TFNN, folks, you are going to see right in the top of the carousel our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. He is going to be doing a webinar this coming Wednesday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. Now, this webinar is for all his subscribers. You can be a subscriber right here, right now. Take trading and investing to your next level. This is going to be for all the subscribers of Mastering Probability. Very easy to be one right now. You come over to our website at TFNN. 30-day money-back guarantee. Check it out. And Steve's going to be going through all the tools that he uses each and every day to bisect and dissect this market. So whether you're in the car, going home over the weekend, bottom line, check it out, sign up. It's going to be a great webinar. That is going to be this coming Wednesday night. The thing that is really hard to even comprehend, folks, is that Wednesday is January 31st. How's that? Time flies, baby. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? Pretty intense. Now, right now, let's go over to the gold market. Let's take a look at gold. So what we have here is that gold made the run this week, made the run up into the swing point from September 8th. This is the second time it couldn't handle it. Not the second time it couldn't handle it, actually. But we made the run. So let's take a look at this. We hit 1365.40. The high out there was 1365.80. You did it with monster volume. So what we're going to have here is this. On the daily, as well as the weekly, you have pushed into that with volume. That's saying that your probability is that you're going to not only take it out, you're going to go a lot higher. That's the first thing. The bigger issue is that we have a confirmed ABC structure on the way up. When we took out the B point was January 16th. That price point was 1345. It had 500,000 contracts. Now, it takes a lot to take out 500,000 contracts. Well, guess what? We did it. You did 506,000 contracts. That sets up an A to B equals C to D to 1431. Then what did we do yesterday? You push with volume again yesterday. You did 538 million. 538,000 contracts. Couldn't take it out. Bottom line, I expect what you're going to see now, we're going to build some cars. If we go to the GLD, and you take a look at the GLD, how the GLD has traded into the swing point, this is where you're going to get all the volumes. We put this back, put it on a weekly. What you're going to see is that the GLD, the number is 128.32. We went to 129.51. We've done volume of 44 million versus 41 million. So you can see that also pushed into it, has the volume behind the move. That's saying it's also going to go. We take a look at the GDX. What do you have inside the GDX? GDX right now trading 24.29. We put this back. We put this on a weekly. The GDX is going into the 25.58. We hit 24.86, so the low of that high is 24.78, so we didn't make that yet. That has volume of 240 million, and we did 192. So now we're not into that yet, because you got to remember something. The GDX is the equities. The GLD is the actual physical gold. Let's go into the silver market and go look at the SLV. So the SLV is the ETF for silver shares. That's a confirmed ABC structure up also. Took out the B point, huge volume. B point and the SLV was 1630. We came in with 17 million shares versus 7. Big number. If we put this on a weekly, what you're going to see on the weekly, this is good, 1631, we're over that. Yeah, you get monster volume, man. You're pushing with 55 million shares versus 36 million, and even the week of the high, we're not, yeah, that's right, no, we're not even into that yet. That had 36 million. So you can see we were pushing in with volume. And on a weekly basis, this is pretty cool. On a weekly basis, it's an ABC structure up too. You get the A point of 1474. Your B is 1630. Yeah, so about $1.70, same one. $1.70, you get 1740. That's the number. No, that's 1740. Yes, 1740. 1740. And so your swing points from April are 1758. I expect that's where we're going to go. It's going to get, okay, so now let's go look at the dollar, because it's going to be all about the dollar. It's dollar weakness gets some good juice under the metal markets. So what the dollar's done, today you got down to 88.565. You've rejected the lows, and you're probably going to get a bounce. That's how this dollar looks right now. Which would make sense. You know, it was a one-way trip. We were at 92.360 January 9th. This thing can bounce too, all the way up to like 89.960. That's like a penny. We put this on a longer basis. What you're going to see is that you had the fast move down. You're into the highs of 2008 and 2010, and you know, even my take is that it's going to take these apart, and the way they came into them, it really looks like it wants to take them down right now. But the way that daily is set up, that daily looks like it's going to bounce. So this would be the place for the bounce too. You know, and if the bounce comes in, what you could look at, folks, is that a normal bounce would take it where you broke down from, which is even 91.880. We'll see if it gets any juice. And you're going to know really quickly, and you're going to know quickly on Sunday night, because the way that this is set up right now, Sunday night will get action inside these currency markets. You know, once again, if we take a look at some of the higher volume stocks out here today, Intel was the mover. Intel's up 10%, $4.50. You get Starbucks down $3. Twitter's up $2. Twitter is getting together some, they're trying to put together a video like a Snapchat. They're getting some juice underneath it out there today. You get Pfizer up $1.75. The VMware's up 13. What that's all about, folks, the VMware is that Dell is thinking of buying the rest of VMware. Also, he already owns a bunch of it. Microsoft is up $1.25. So Microsoft, let's go look at Microsoft. Microsoft's going to be coming out with numbers. The amount of numbers coming out next week is absolutely huge, folks. Huge. Yeah, Microsoft's coming out the 31st, trading 93.58. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back with our man, Mr. Dave White. We have the Dow up at 174, NASDAQ up 75, S&P's up 26. We'll come right back.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental. So I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18th, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earned me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 171. You got the NASDAQ trading up 78. S&Ps are up 26. Big numbers out here. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave White, as we do each and every Friday at 30 past the first hour. Don't forget, Dave has a great show every trading day right here at TFNN, folks, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a couple of great newsletters. He has the daily newsletter, which is the Path of Least Resistance, and then he has the Tech Insider. The Tech Insider is a investment newsletter. The way that you can get these is you come over to our website at TFNN, go to newsletters. If you'd like to get the Path of Least Resistance, you go to trading newsletters. You want to get the investment newsletter, the Tech Insider. You go to investment newsletters. Dave White, what's going on?
Well, we had some big win in the Tech Insider this week.
You certainly did. Talk to me about that. Yeah.
First 100% winner for this year, anyway. And didn't take very long. I think it was right around Thanksgiving that we started that trade.
Okay.
Anyway, we're into the technology of gene editing.
Okay.
And we had a handful of stocks. One I sold flat. The other one we sold at 100%, and the other one's, I think, up 75% now.
So gene editing. What is gene editing?
Well, you can actually go in and cut pieces out of the gene and put replacements in. So I think we kind of talked about this before, but any kind of problem that comes from genetic traits that are messed up when you are born, for the most part, we'll be able to edit them out one day. They're going after, of course, the low-hanging fruit right now, but as most people know, well, maybe they don't know, the big money in the gold rush wasn't in getting the gold out of the ground. It was the people selling the picks and shovels and genes, and we're into the business of the tools to actually do all that gene editing. So a lot of news in that sector, and we've been going after those, and got rid of the early on. Got rid of the weak one. Got two more. One, like we said, already out. The other one is fairly good. Probably going to sell it next week on a bounce. And my guess is that this is going to be a long 5 to 10 year long road of this particular technology. And we've been covering it since, I don't know, early spring. We found the road to it in Thanksgiving, and already seeing the kind of things. This is kind of one of those technology like computers that literally changes everything in the early 80s.
And folks, you can test drive Dave's newsletter right now. 30-day money-back guarantee. Check it out right on the front page of TFNN. That's the Tech Insider or the Path of Least Resistance. The two stocks we're just talking about are in the Tech Insider, folks. Apple, talk to me. Apple's coming out with their numbers next week, and I'm looking at a slide, and it's saying Apple new phones and HomePod.
Right. Well, we talked a little bit about the HomePod. You can start ordering that today. Ships February 8th, if I'm not mistaken, or 7th, which is like a Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
More interesting to me, of course, was the pullback this week, mostly because they're starting to see a lot of new orders for new phones. Apple's kind of had its one phone, and that's kind of it, but it certainly looks like orders are going to see maybe 3 to 4 different iPhones in this year. So the idea that there was just one and that was it is kind of over. They're going to go directly after Samsung in the phablet, 6.5, maybe even a 7-inch screen, and even smaller ones. So they always had kind of a Model T idea at the very beginning, which is you can have any color as long as it was white and it was one size.
That's interesting, huh? Yeah.
Eventually, they kind of mature, business matures. Anyway, they look like they're going to be a lot more like Samsung in the coming year. And you're probably going to see, well, I know you're going to see new phone from Samsung, their Samsung 9 at the Mobile World Conference. But you may want to pencil this down if you're trading and you forget about it. But that's February 26th to March 1st in Barcelona. You probably see, well, you're already seeing some leaks on Samsung. My guess is you also see some leaks from Apple. So this pullback, you might try to see how the news goes at the end of the month for their new phones. But I think,
well, you know,
Apple's
it was interesting.
Had a great PR machine. So
yeah, well, you know, it was interesting.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
If you're trading it, you may want to remember that getting toward the end of February, they may have some news out there, and they're very good at beating the drum when that comes along.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at this morning, Dave, right? And it's intriguing, you know, all the volume, folks, of the last couple of days, you know, so I pulled up the 13F filings, and guess what? Goldman sold 19 million shares yesterday. They had a file, and they got 31 million left. So it was like, okay. Now, on the other side of that, Berkshire Hathaway is still buying. But that's, you know, that culprit out there was Goldman. So it's, and most times, folks, you never can get that clear. But what ended up happening is that I just happened to bring up the filing, and guess what? They just filed yesterday. And so that's, you know, and there's only, you know, what's interesting is too, it's like there's 40 million shares traded each day the last couple of days. 19 million of them are theirs. So
yep.
On Monday, we'll be able to see, we'll pull it up Monday and see if they still have the 31 million left, you know, so.
And I guess it's really from someone who wants to make quick money like Goldman to the guy that wants to hold it for the next 15 years.
Yeah,
like,
you know, I don't even know. I could have found out how long they held it, but I didn't know. But anyway, pretty wild.
I think he's had Apple stock for 10 years already. So it's one of those things where it's, I think it was around 2007 or 8 that he started buying into Apple. So
you mean
Buffett,
Berkshire Hathaway?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still buying. They're still buying too. Yeah.
So he'll hold it forever, and then eventually, you know, get him to sell at least a little bit. But those are the things you want to look at least in that smartphone market. It's kind of important to always have those things out there to know when Apple's going to beat the drum.
Yeah, for sure. Facebook AI. Let's see. What are we looking at here? Internal artificial intelligence.
Right. There's a handful of people that are basically the rock stars of artificial intelligence, and in fact, most of them are Canadians. Jan LeCun was one of the 2 guys that's probably going to end up with the Nobel Prize in the next couple of years that really did all the yeoman's work up in those Canadian universities on everything that we use today. One went to Google, one went to Facebook. There's another guy that, you know, went to Microsoft. They all picked the kings of AI out of universities to run it. Jan is kind of an interesting guy, but he's I don't think he was ever a manager, and they kind of tried to make him a manager. He's kind of moving down to the research division.
Okay.
But you're starting to see a lot more of this early AI stuff start to mature. And when it does that, you don't need the kind of people that are big innovators. You need people that can actually get stuff to market. And I think seeing it here in the chain is these guys may be great at innovation, that there's production and need more production side of Facebook.
Stay right there, folks. Dave and I are coming right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 192. S&P's up 29. You have the comp up 80. And as we're going into this close, they're going to run it into the close, folks. You get the Dow up 0.7%. NASDAQ is up 1.1%. The S&Ps are up 0.9%. We're talking with our man, Mr. Dave White. We're talking technology. And don't forget, folks, you can test drive Dave's newsletter right now. You come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go to newsletter. You go to investments newsletter. You can see the Tech Insider right there, 30-day money-back guarantee, folks. Check it out. You can get it over the weekend. Get that newsletter out. You'll have it in the next couple of days. Self-driving flaws. Let's see what we're looking at here. What do we got, Dave?
Well, you never really knew what was going to happen when ice hit the roads, snow, rain, darkness in these self-driving cars. They've all been put out in Arizona and California, and you really didn't get a sense of what happened when the weather gets nasty, gets dark out a lot, and these companies, fearing lawsuits and also bad PR, are now starting to work on these issues that basically are going to be, they have to be solved before we ever get self-driving cars on the road. So they've moved the testing to the eastern Baltic countries like Hungary, some of the other ones over there. And this is where they're going to be testing the issues. We know some of them right now, and that is that at least in the last few weeks, they've had a bunch of them run into black semis or black vehicles. And they're now talking about making it a law to paint your vehicles or new vehicles with a special kind of black that these things can see. There may be a better answer down the line, but they've had these run into big objects like fire trucks not painted red and regular semis that just had black sides. And it is now a kind of a known issue. The ability to drive in ice, snow, and rain comes back to the fact that these are using lasers. And if you've got ice over the laser, you're going to have to chip it off. If it's sleeting ice, you're certainly probably going to have to drive manually.
Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it? Because I know, I got like 8 cameras on my car. Yeah. And I've never had, I'm not up north, so I always that is intriguing too, because I never have to worry about, I wonder what happens in the snow like that. That's wild, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to drive it yourself. And the idea that they're going to be totally self-driving, maybe when the weather's right.
Yeah.
And so the whole idea that these things, you're just going to hop in a pod, not have a steering wheel or have to drive is going to be interesting. We also had some people out there trying to say that the self-driving technology in the Tesla they were fine because they may have been drunk, but the car was driving fine. That didn't pass muster this week. That was in the news. But there's always these things that you in technology that are going to be things that you have to overcome.
Sure.
And a lot of times, no one really wants to talk about these. You never hear anybody really talking about the whole issue of ice, snow, and rain, especially if it's, let's say it's self-driving and then all of a sudden it starts to rain. Does it pull off to the side? What should it do? I mean, when the thing can't do what it's supposed to do, should it just stop in traffic? Should it pull off at the first exit? There's a lot of things where they call them in software and hardware development edge cases. But what is the thing that these things should do when they can't get their mission accomplished? Do they just quit instantly? Probably not a good idea. You get hit by somebody
it
behind
seems,
you.
though, well, let me ask you something. It seems that they've accelerated. I mean, when you look at what they've already accomplished, it's pretty intense.
It is, as long as the weather's perfect.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general. I mean, I don't have a self-driving car, but what our inside cars right now, like let's say if we took the rain that you're talking about, inside those cars, right now there's sensors on those wheels that will change the dynamic of even stopping. So, the technology is really getting cool, man.
It is, but the question is, will the car be smart enough to know, since I rode motorcycles, still do, will it be smart enough to know how much traction is on the street after it's rained for an hour compared to when it first rains in the first couple of minutes?
Yeah,
the first
with the
couple of
slickness.
minutes.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, right.
Slick
right.
as all get out because that oil on the road moves stuff. So there's all these things, the easy part is driving when the weather is perfect, same as flying.
Sure.
If you can look out the window and see where you're at, not a big problem. When the clouds come in, you're flying on instruments, a different thing. And that is it. If everybody starts to believe these things can drive themselves and they won't ever have to do anything, I don't know how far that's actually down the line. They're actually just starting to work on these issues. So that kind of gives you a hint that they think they've gotten most of the easy stuff done. And now these.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're talking like 10 years, man, that, this thing's going to be real, running around the streets.
Well, I hear people say 2020, 21, and 22, they're going to have self-driving cars. And, that's where I'm saying, well, maybe that's a little optimistic.
That's early, right. No, I'm with you there, for sure.
So, anyway, the big thing this week was the discussion in, especially in California and Silicon Valley, was could they get them to change the laws to actually paint black cars slightly different, because apparently this is going to be a big problem. It just looks like a big black blob and it really doesn't know what to do with it. And this is when the accidents come, it is on these big black vans, semis.
So what happens there, it's so interesting we just said, what that's all about, folks, is that it's working off of light. And so if it's totally black, the bottom line is that it has nothing to work off.
Right.
And it's so wild, Dave, is that I'm putting down there's a new way of doing floors. And it's pretty cool. It's a 5-chemical process, 5-step process. And you start with black. And then, I'm putting epoxies on top of it, but you're starting with black so that you get the clean surface, and then you're putting the light on top of it. So it's pretty wild what you're saying, man. So, yeah. Colors out what it's all about. Let's go. Startup competitors to sites like Craigslist. Oh, talk to me about this.
Well, I know you're big into the housing market. This Let Go now is really going after Craigslist, but what they did this week is open up a housing market to let users rent or sell houses and apartments on the app. I didn't really think much about anybody doing that on Craigslist. I know that the other apps that you use and like, but I didn't know if there was that kind of room for even a third company to get into that business, maybe on the cheap, because this is really...
There probably is, because this is what ends up happening. Zillow, Tulia, they're the big ones, no doubt. But Craigslist really does work well when you want to rent places. I mean, Not for the short-term rentals, but long-term rentals. It works. It blows your mind how many calls you get so quick. So be interesting. Yeah.
So have you seen the ads for Let Go?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Okay. They run an incredible load of them. My guess is they're trying to get ready to go for an IPO.
Yeah, stay right there. Dave and I are coming right back, folks. And don't forget, you can come over. You can check out the Tech Insider. You go to newsletters. You go to investments newsletters. 30 days money back guarantee. Check it out, folks. Dave and I are coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with our man, Mr. Dave White. We are talking technology, streaming music, Dave. We got another streaming music. What's happening with this Music Modernization Act?
Well, it finally looks like the Congress is going to try to settle this so that you can have streaming music and maybe someone can make money, including the artists. They're going to be. It looks like this is going to pass in the next month. It would change this all to a blanket mechanical license for digital services, and the artist would negotiate up front with all the rest of the folks, and then that would be kind of it. So it's going to be getting rid of right now there's a single judge that sits on every one of these cases. And they would actually allow more judges to sit on this stuff so it's not all backed up. You could go to any one of these, any one of the judges in that Court, which I think is in New York.
That's interesting. So I wonder what's going to happen with ASCAP then. So see, right now, since we're a radio station, but it's a talk station, we have an ASCAP license. But what happens is that's not a streaming license, but you can use. I could use clips of music, okay? And then, you know, because if you ever were trying to get a streaming license from ASCAP, they have them, but it's just outrageous. You know what I mean? We're just lucky we're a talk station. So I wonder what's going to happen with that.
This bill would kind of cut both of those guys out for streaming.
I see.
Still, the rest of the stuff would apply to all the other things, the legacy stuff. But literally, this would be buyer and seller, make a deal. You get a blanket license for using it however you're going to use it and however much you're going to use it, but you do that up front. So it would be kind of interesting for people that, you know, probably not going to get much starting.
Amazing. Listen,
but it
folks.
looks like it's going to pass.
Yeah, I got to tell you. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about, whatever you focus on grows, and whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it, step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Dave, thanks so much. Congratulations on those great winners in the Tech Insider. Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one. Look forward to speaking to you right here, Monday morning, 9 o'clock. Wow! Go get them, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.